Okay, so real quick, Jesus said something, right? He was like, if you basically, if you think about a woman with lust in your heart, if you think about committing adultery, if you say you hate your brother, you think about murder, you're already guilty of these things, right? And why does he say that? Because think about this. If you're okay with it, with thinking it, with imagining it, if you're okay with it in your head, whether you do it or not, you're okay with it. You might want to kill that person. You might think about killing that person or harming that person. Now, you won't do it because you don't want to get caught. You won't cheat on your wife because you don't want to get caught. But that just means that even though you're not doing it, if the circumstances would allow it, if you could do it without getting caught, you would do it. And that means you're okay with it. It means you're guilty of it already because you would do it. The only reason you're not isn't because you disagree with it or you don't believe in it. The only reason you're not doing it is because you don't want to suffer the consequences. But if there were no consequences, you would do it. And I'm not talking about having thoughts come into your head and you disagree with them, you're against them, you reject them, you bring those thoughts captive to Christ, because the enemy will try to place thoughts in your ear for you to take a hold of. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you hate a man or when you see a woman and you want her. You're not going to cheat on your wife, but you go and you think about her and the things that you would do with her or the things that you would do to that man that you hate if you could get your hands on him. You won't do them because you don't want the consequences, but you think about what you would like to do. You're guilty because you would do that if you could. You're okay with that. That's why Jesus says, if it's in your heart, if it's in your mind, if you're okay with it there, you're guilty of it. That's what he means by that. But that's also why when those thoughts come against us, we don't have to take a hold of them. We can take our thoughts captive to Christ. But it's a heart issue. That's why he said, out of abundance of the heart, your mouth speaks. The things that are in your heart, they're going to come to show. You can only front for so long, right? Just a thought this morning. Y'all have a good one. In Jesus' name, for Jesus' fame.